Before we begin, the purpose of this tool and others that will be like it should be detailed. Teachers around the world are overburdened with the creation of material and grading beyond the classroom. These things eat away at hours of a teacher's life each week. Now, with AI, we can produce material in seconds. Students no longer have to wait for a teacher to provide them feedback that they need to grow. And students get that instant feedback they need so that they don't forget that which they are taking or lose interest. Another thing that the system does is that it grades content instantly, saving teachers that time and burnout. A burnt out teacher burns out students. With this technology, we are here to support and never replace teachers. Today, I'd like to introduce you to the tool that is going to help save teachers hours of work without sacrificing the knowledge of the task that it is helping to facilitate. This is the dashboard to our exercise system. This dashboard is where you keep track of your total number of classes, students, and assignments. You can also generate assignments and create new classes from this page. Below, you can see the classes you have created, the total number of assignments that have been completed, and below this is the total assignments created for the class and the number of students in the classroom. By clicking on one of these classrooms, we are presented with the information of individual students and the total collected data on their errors from finished assignments at a class level. By selecting one of these students, we can see a student's personal individual total collected analytics from assignments they have completed, as well as we can see on the left side assignments they have and have not finished. By clicking on one of these assignments, we can see the personal information and the personal answers that students have given. You can see that there's multiple choice, matching, as well as other types of questions such as error correction. And if we find an answer that the student perhaps got correct, and we say, okay, well, the student feels and argued for this, and let's say we want to mark this as excellent, we can automatically update the grade for everybody in the system retroactively who put the same answer, limiting the amount of grading we have to do. Now we can go to the Assignments tab. From here, we can see all the assignments we have created in the system, and we can further sort by the classes that we have assigned them to. Selecting an assignment allows us to review and edit them. From here, we can move on to the Analytics tab. We can sort the analytics based on the classroom, as well as based on the date at which we are looking at information. Let's look at information from last month. As you can see, the analytics are changing, which allows us to adapt over time to the mistakes that students are making. We are also able to see reading performance as well. And we can also select it based off of individual students, seeing how individual students are also making mistakes at a certain time period, which allows us to adapt at both a class and an individual level. Students also have access to this information, which allows them to target their studies, giving them better targets for their classrooms. Students obtaining instant feedback allows them to adapt quicker and focus their studies. Now let's move on to the true superpower of this system, the creation of assignments. As you can see, this interface is simple. Name it, select the class. You can select multiple classrooms, and you can select the CEFR level, which changes the overall complexity of the language seen. We can select different types of exercises. Let's select reading, writing. Increasing the time increases questions, but also allows us to select more exercise types. Further below, we can see the types of questions that each category is going to have. Further below, you can see the grammar topics and vocabulary topics we want to build into this. For grammar, let's do passive, past simple, and passive past. I don't see passive past continuous, but thankfully here, we can add it as a category, allowing the system to adapt to the teachers. And for vocabulary, let's do restrictions. And, oh, I don't see this. So I can add this vocabulary topic. Restrictions and prevention. Add this vocabulary. And let's say I want to do safety and security. I can also give the AI instructions on details on how to build this assignment, such as what topics I want to add. Then I simply need to click Create Assignment. The system is counting up. The system creates assignments within minutes. Here we can see the completed assignment. By clicking on each section, we are able to see exactly what was created and the questions that have been built into the system to help test student comprehension on vocabulary, reading, and grammar. Grammar topics feed the grammar analytics, vocabulary, the vocabulary analytics, and reading, the reading analytics. Writing assignments also feed into both grammar and vocabulary. Future planned assignments include speaking and listening exercises. Let's select one. Here we can see the questions, multiple choice, fill in the blank, categorization, matching, as well as error correction and sentence reordering. We can edit and change every word and every answer on this assignment, meaning that the power of creation and the final judgment and say are still in the teacher's hands. Now, let's say we don't want to be able to just have this as an online assignment. We can click Export to PDF. Now the system transforms these assignments into a PDF that I can print off and bring into the classroom. One of the things that we do here, final assessment, is assign it to a class. We can choose the class we want to publish for or publish to all classes. Let's just publish it for the test homework generations. Now students in that class will receive an email saying they have an assignment to do. Once they have finished the assignment, they then get instant feedback. Teachers do not have to grade, saving them hours of their lives and stress. The purpose of this tool is simple. Teachers burn out easily. This is one of the major problems around the world. One of the things we can do with tests and systems like this are to ease the burden on teachers and decrease the amount of hours that they are working outside of the school without losing any of the efficacy that homework gives and brings to the students' abilities to grow. One of the new features we've added allows you to see the analytics of the vocabulary, select the vocabulary, and see exactly which words the students are getting wrong and at which frequencies. You can change the date range, which allows you to change the overall count of words and see which at different times the students are getting wrong, allowing you to recycle the information back into your classroom. This system is still improving, and new innovations are being engineered every day to keep this in your hands. We believe that teachers can never be replaced by AI or technology, but that technology and AI should sit in support of the difficult and challenging job teachers must do constantly. Now, students will feel less inclined to cheat. Now they will see their mistakes as their superpower to grow. Teachers can reclaim some of their much-needed time that constant grading steals from them. New tools are coming out soon for every teacher in every language across the globe needs support. With tools like this, we can save teachers hours of work each week generating and producing assignments that they don't even know if students will do, without sacrificing the insight grading provides. At Education Innovations, we are here for just that, supporting teachers and empowering students.